A case alleging voter fraud was the first of its kind by the new prosecutors to stand trial ended last week with his acquittal. The defendant, a man named Nathan Hart, faced 2 criminal charges for his crimes, and the jury convicted him on one charge and acquitted Hart on the other. Several other cases from the same group, supported by Florida GOP Governor Ron DeSantis, ran into procedural problems, and the justices concluded that state attorneys general lacked the authority to challenge actions they had not properly received. Has taken place in the local area. But not only in one. A person who, at the time of his voter registration, has never had direct contact with anyone outside his district, has never made an event in the entire district simply because the Tallahassee authorities gathered information the body in its application. In that case, Hart, who is among nearly a dozen people accused of interfering in the election campaign despite previous criminal convictions that put them under sanctions, rejected several deals, insisting he is innocent. The jury found Hart guilty of perjury and not voting as a qualified voter. As in other cases between DeSantis and the state parties sued, it is clear that Hart had any specific intent to violate the law. A woman who was among the accused said that she was helped by staff at a state government office to fill out her registration form. Hart said she was approached by someone from outside the same office, who encouraged her to sign up and convinced her. Confident that he will sign up. The outcome, however, is unclear as to whether there will be many, if any, specific documents of this discussion. Some forms of voter registration appear to follow Florida's approval of an amendment to the state's law that would allow some convicted felons to regain their right to vote, except for some who have committed violent crimes or sex offenses. Hart will be sentenced later this month. It is clear that prosecutors are not asking for jail time. Instead, their request was for 5 years of probation. Security pressure for the case is time to work. The whole trial lasted only 1 day, and the trial was held in 1 day. It was last Tuesday. Despite all efforts to promote the idea of prosecuting those accused of election fraud, the simple fact remains that such fraud is rare, and in the United States, Trump's type of fraud claiming to exist in non-existence. As in other cases from the application of DeSantis, it seems that there is a large, if not systematic, gap in the legal system in Florida for the authorities themselves to review information and applications for registration name and voter list. Instead of focusing on that, to solve the problem of authorities sometimes sending out voter registration cards when someone with no technology is trying to register, DeSantis' team seems interested in promoting the story.